right. Hello, everybody. Look, we are live. It says we're live. Good evening, everybody, or good afternoon. This is Debbie from Wild and Woolly in Mount Pleasant, and I have with me
Paula.
Paula's helping today. We're going to do a format slightly different today because Paula right here is usually on the other end of the camera. But we're one man down today. I haven't fixed my hair yet because we had a lot of people. I don't know which way I'm going. So we were one man down, so we're going to do it this way. And actually we don't need any close-ups of anything, so we figure that this is going to be a good format. So what are you working on, Paula?
Well, I am going to be taking Intro to Quilting on Saturday. We're starting with this. We're going to make this design. It's a table runner and some table, what do you call them?
Placemats.
Placemats, thank you.
Now,
you know, the things you put on the place to eat. Anyhow, I picked out my fabric today, and this is the pattern. I'm using different colors than are in the pattern, but everybody can pick out their own. And it's 3 classes starting this Saturday.
It is. And it's going to be a fun class. Pat Schneider's teaching it, and if you know Pat, she's an awesome teacher. You are only going to be, she's going to be giving you instruction for these 4 placemats. But then you have the option with the skills that you learn. You have the option to go home and make your table runner if you'd like to. We do have a couple of spots left in that class. So hop onto our website, thewildandwoolly.com, and you can sign up for that class and share a class with Paula. Yeah. So that's good. We did have, as usual, a couple of glitches, technical glitches, and we've been trying to sort them out. Usually Paula's on the other side of the camera and she's answering your questions. So here's what we're doing. If you see Paula looking off in the distance, she's not really doing that. She's looking for your comments and she's looking for your questions, and we are going to answer your questions as they come up. But we have very, 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 very big news for you Nebula folks. Guess what arrived in the mail? Finishing kits. Paula and I have been packaging these up today. If you are an in-store pickup, they are ready for you. If you are a shipping customer, I just printed out your mailing labels, and we have pickup scheduled for tomorrow by the post office, and she will be coming and picking up your packages and bringing them to you. Well, she won't personally bring them to you. Your local post office will bring them to you. So you ought to receive them certainly within the next week. If you don't, let us know, because you should be getting them. I am going to send out an email, but we've been busy trying to package them all up before I sent out the email, because I didn't want you all getting too excited and running down before they were packaged. But they are ready. Come and get them. And for those folks who are going to camp, your nebula's here. You can go to camp with your nebula. Isn't that good news?
Yeah, we had some campers today.
We had a lot of campers today. Kim's camp is coming up next week. A lot of campers coming in today, getting ready. So they'll be happy to know that the nebulas have arrived. Yep. What else is going on today?
What else?
We've had a bit of a hectic day, we've got to confess. We've only just sat down at this table. Usually we get prepared ahead of time.
Yeah, but we love having all the people that came to visit us today.
We do, but we're just disorganized now.
Let off. All right.
A little bit. Yeah. So, again, make sure, Paula is keeping an eye on the comments. Make sure that you post your comments there and let us know if you've got any questions. We did have, in a previous edition, we had somebody request a few tutorials, and one of them was thread weight and what to do with different thread weights. So I have a bunch of thread sitting right here. I'm going to see if I can try and keep it straight for you. So let's have a look. Let's pull this over. When we're talking about thread weight, we're talking about purposes of different weight threads, what to do with them, when to use them, how to use them. And so we're just going to do a brief summary, and actually on this computer you might be able to pull up that article. If we don't get it done during this session because of how we're trying to wing it today, We will post in the comments a link to a description of different thread weights. But meanwhile, we're going to chat about very basics, about basic all-purpose and quilting cottons for you. And we are going to start with a 12 weight. This is a 12 weight Sulky yarn, thread even. 12 weight Sulky. Now the thing about thread, this is a 50 weight Metler, and the thing about thread is the lower the number, 12 weight, the thicker the thread. So 12 out of these two, the 12 is the thickest and the 60 is the thinnest, is the finest thread. And guess what? Get prepared to have your mind blown. The way they calculate the weight of this thread is it's how many kilometers are in a kilogram. So on a 28 weight thread, there will be 28 kilometers of thread in a kilogram. In a 60 weight thread, which is much finer thread, thinner thread, there will be 60 kilometers in a kilogram. Is your mind blown? It should be. So this is the thickest of our thread that we have here that we would put in a machine. It's a 12 weight. It's not really ideal for a machine. You can do it, but it's really better for hand quilting if you're going to hand quilt something. But you can at a push put it in your machine and get by with it. You just have to be careful with your needle size. That's the other thing, you'd really have to go up a needle size to put this in. So with thread, as the numbers go up with thread, the thread gets finer. As the numbers go up with needles,
they get smaller.
No, they get bigger.
They get, well, the machine ones get bigger.
The machine needles, as your number goes up.
Hand sewing needles get smaller.
Smaller. Yeah.
They do.
So we're talking about machines. So with the thread, the higher the number, the thinner the thread. With your needle, the higher the number, with your machine needle, the higher the number, the thicker the needle, the bigger the needle. So with this, if you were to put this 12 weight in your machine, you would need a nice big needle, at least, I don't know, at least 116, I think, maybe even a bit more than that, to be honest with you.
Maybe last Pat at the Intro to Quilting class.
Yeah, there you go. So that's our 12. Next up is our 23. This is a lovely yarn, thread even. You can put this in the machine or you can hand sew with this. It works beautifully in a machine. This is a new weight to us. Again, this is 28 weight and it's a silk finish cotton. 28 weight, works beautifully in your machine. And it's kind of it's a happy in between from 40 to 12. You know, if you don't want to go all the way down to 12 or all the way up to 40, this is a great in between, 28 weight. And this right here, this is our little thing that's on top of our threads. And according to this one, you can use this for top stitching, machine quilting and decorative embroidery. 28 weight. So, and you could actually, you could quilt nicely with this, machine quilt or hand quilt nicely with this. Next one, oh, it's a silk finish cotton. We have a lot of people that get confused about silk finish. They think that there's some silk in the cotton, and all of these are silk finished threads. There is no silk in them. It means it has a silk-like finish. It has a nice sheen to it. It takes the dye really well because it's a mercerized cotton, which means it's a treated cotton that makes it stronger, makes it take on the dye better and gives it that beautiful silk-like sheen. So don't be worried, people. You're not buying silk thread, you're buying cotton thread. If you want to be a purist with your quilts, these are 100% cotton. It's just a silk finish because it's such a beautiful silk finish, and that's it. So this is 23 weight. The next one up is your 40 weight right here. Now this is an important thing. Your 23 weight, if you see one of these with a yellow cap, 23 weight in Metler. In Metler, if you've got a brown cap, 40 weight. Same thing, silk finish cotton, 100% cotton, but it's mercerized cotton, so it's stronger and it has that beautiful sheen. Oh, and also it's shrink resistant, which is very important in quilt making, shrink resistant. So 40 weight is brown. You got any questions?
Not yet.
Have you got any questions?
Well, sure.
What's your question?
What's the difference between the one you're holding and this one? Why is it bigger?
Because this is 164 yards and this is 500 yards.
So they can be the same one, but it can be bigger.
Yes, it's a different amount of thread.
And they'll fit in my machine?
This will fit on your machine, yes.
I'm a noon sewer, as you can see.
Yes, and there is, in fact, there are quite a few guides out there. That's a good question because a lot of people don't quite know how much thread they need for the project. We do actually have a little chart up on our thread display. It tells you approximately your thread requirements for whatever project you're doing. So if you want to come and take a photo of that, or we can find the address and download it for you. It's very useful because often if people are buying thread, they're not sure how much they need. So yes, this is just a larger version, 164, 500 or 550, might even be 550. 547 yards. So this is the 40 weight, and this one, hand quilting, machine quilting, really good. You can piece with it if you want to, but mostly hand quilting, machine quilting, 40 weight. Next one, again, silk finish, 100% cotton, 50 weight. It's 50 weight, it's got the purple cap there, and if you don't know, when you look right here, you can see it's got your weight on it, and your colour, and your whatever, all your info, your yardage. 50 weight, all-purpose cotton. Again, this is 100% cotton, all-purpose cotton. So you can piece with this. You can quilt with it if you want to as well. You can also do, it's an all-purpose, so you can do bags and garments. I'd be a little wary of doing garments with 100% cotton because it's not as strong as using a polyester all-purpose, and if you need your seams to hold together, I'd be going for polyester if I wanted my seams to hold in a garment. But you can use it for either, really. And then this one, this is another new one to us. This has a green cap, and this one is a 60 weight. Now the 60 weight is the finest out of the ones that we have in this Metler series, and the 60 weight is really good for hand applique. Some people piece with it also, but it's really good for hand applique too. You would get a very fine piecing if you had something that was very, very intricate. You'd get really precise seams with this. So have a think about that. And then we have, moving on, this is a 40 weight right here. This is YLI. YLI is a local, I can't turn the right way. YLI is made in South Carolina, Rock Hill, and this is a hand quilting 40 weight, and it's actually what you call a glazed thread. It has a glaze on it, and the glaze helps with with gliding through your fabric, particularly if you're hand quilting. It's lovely to glide through your fabric, and it also helps with not getting so many knots in. So this is a 40 weight, 100% cotton, glazed cotton, to help just run it through there. You cannot put this in your machine because it is glazed, and if you put it in your machine, it's going to gunk your machine up. This is for hand quilting, 40 weight, YLI. This is a 40 weight cotton by Superior Threads. This is King Tut. This particular one is variegated, but it's a 40 weight cotton. Again, you can piece with it and you can quilt with it. It's lovely to quilt with because it is variegated. Look at this. This one's called Joseph's Coat, wherever that flipping camera is.
It's very colorful. I don't know if it's coming through on the screen, but it's really pretty.
It is lovely.
Come look at it.
Come look at it in person. And then also in the Superior Thread, this one is what really I consider to be an all-purpose because it is a polyester, and it's a 50 weight polyester. So if you're making garments and bags and accessories, This is a stronger, because it's a polyester, it is a stronger thread. I would recommend that for your garments and things. Now, you know, years gone by, the quilting police would tell you, when the quilting police existed, they would tell you not to piece with polyester, that you could only piece with cotton. You mustn't piece in polyester because your fabric's cotton, you want cotton thread. More and more, I have to tell you, we have more and more people are quilting, piecing with polyester because of its durability. It's it's stronger. And so sometimes if you're going to spend all those weeks sewing a quilt together, they don't want it to accidentally get ripped. And this sometimes helps with that. Again, if you're one of the traditionalists that feel cotton's the way to go, have at it. More power to you. But there is a choice. You can do either. But we recognise both, the ones that will only use cotton and the ones that have a preference for polyester. There is more strength. But again, if you're a purist, go for the cotton. You have choices, you know. And again, I don't think the quilt police really exist anymore, do they?
I don't know. They haven't come for me yet.
No, they haven't come for me yet. I suspect they might, though.
Yeah.
They haven't come for me yet. So I don't know. But those are your threads, and those are your basic uses for threads. There are obviously many other threads, but these are your basic standard size, standard weights that you'll be using in this arena. And in a garment arena, you'll be staying within this. Obviously, there are thicker ones that you would use for embroidery and slow stitching and so on, but and applique purposes. But for our purposes of sewing quilts and or sewing garments or accessories, this is where we're at.
Yeah.
You got any more questions? Because your question was good.
Well, Charlene was asking for the manufacturer of this. It's YLI. It's very hard to see.
It's YLI, Charlene.
And we were trying to figure out what the coating was today, because sometimes it's wax, right? This was a big discussion. Sometimes it's wax. Apparently, it's a proprietary type of coating that they use. Something about starch or something. I don't know.
Starch glaze.
Starch glaze.
We thought it was wax glazed, which a lot of them are wax glazed.
Yeah. It's a very interesting texture if you touch it. So come by and experiment.
But Charlene, the YLI is, you know how much hand quilting Alice does. This is Alice's favourite hand quilting. Right here, because it has this beautiful glide from the glaze.
And notice it's the only one we have here with a wood spool. I like that.
And it's from Rock Hill.
Nice detail. Yes, and it's local to the state.
Yeah, yeah. So, any other questions?
I don't think so. Susan says she loves King Tut for top stitching.
Oh, yeah, Susan. Isn't that awesome? I love King Tut too. I wish you guys could see the colours here and the other colours we have.
It's really
because
pretty.
The variegated colours are fantastic. And this really does look like Joseph's multicoloured coat. And I could sing that song for you if you want, but I'm not going to.
The question is, can you do it like Dolly Parton?
Not like Dolly Parton. No, I can't do it like Dolly Parton. Does she do that one? Yikes. No, mine is not. Well, actually, mine isn't even in tune, so it's a bit of a problem right there. Anyway, if you have any questions about this and you're live, please ask us right now. Oh, flipping heck, we haven't given a giveaway.
Oh. How about, yeah, I mean.
We're going to give away this YLI. The first person to comment and tell us that you love the YLI or you want to try it, it's yours. The first person to tell us. It's going to be a free YLI. And you'll be glad you did, because it's a beautiful thread. It really is.
And a fun one to practice with.
Yeah. And you get beautiful stitch definition from it. So your first person to tell us will get this YLI as a prize. And do we have anything else today, Paula?
I don't think so, but come join me for the class on Saturday. I really want more people to come join me. I know a lot of you are already expert quilters, so it's a beginner class, but maybe you just want to do the project alongside us.
Or have some companionship.
Yeah, that's right. It's been such a long time since we've had in-person classes and groups and stuff. So, you know, hey, you just want to come hang.
Consider it a social event.
That's right.
Take a class.
That's right.
And we feed you cookies and we give you tea. So.
And Renata won the YLI.
Yay, Renata! You are rocking it, woman. This YLI is for you.
Doing great.
Yes. Good job, Renata. We're going to set this aside for you, okay? And Renata, did you hear the other news? When you come to pick up this...
Yes.
When you come to pick up this, you'll get this for free. And can I just tell you, I'm not really supposed to give you the heads up on this. It's supposed to be a nice surprise. But our very own Kim made these stilettos. Look how beautiful they are. She handmade every single stiletto. And if you are a Nebula person, you're going to get one of these as a gift for joining us on Nebula in your pack. If you are not a Nebula person, don't you worry, because we've got plenty that you can buy.
They're gorgeous. I already set one aside for myself.
They are beautiful. They're really beautiful. So, anything else before we...
I don't think so.
I think we got it?
Yeah. Well, if you're interested in classes, there's also other classes. There's the jelly roll quilt class. There's the pillow class.
Kim's Hexy Pillow. We know you love that thing.
So, you know, if you're not a beginner like me, you can still come to other classes.
I'm going to go get Kim's pillow. I'm just going to get Kim's pillow to show it to you.
Do it. I'm definitely doing the jelly roll. So a jelly roll day, right? It's September 18th. So because of that, we're doing that day a quilt with just one jelly roll. So I already have mine set aside, and I'm doing black and white with a little bit of color. Kim's going to help me pick the accent colors. Look at that pillow.
Look at that pillow.
Oh,
you want to make this pillow? Come to Kim's class. It's 2 classes in September.
So
Sign
pretty.
up online for the hexagon pillow class. Isn't that gorgeous?
I mean, the bag is just as pretty.
Whoop, whoop.
With a zipper. So
Concealed.
I'm going to learn how to put in a zipper. I'm very excited.
Isn't that beautiful? And you're going to learn how to cut these hexies too. These are pre-cut hexies, but you're going to learn how to cut these hexies.
Oh, they're pre-cut.
These particular ones are, but in class you're going to be cutting them.
In class we won't cheat like that.
You
Okay.
will not cheat like that in
Good
class. Yes. So folks, we're going to wrap it up, and thank you to Paula for stepping in and helping us out. And as I say, if you've got any questions in a missed us live, just comment and we'll answer them anyway for you. Or come in, or give us a call, or email us.
Oh, is that... I think somebody is in here, probably Kim, talking about that on September 15th we have the Fix Your Mistakes class for knitting. It's a knitting class for how to fix your knitting mistakes. That's a good one.
15th of September,
Yes.
Fix Your Mistakes. Kim is the missing in action person, and she just typed in to let us know. September 15th.
She helps us out, even on the internet.
Even from a distance, from Mars. Thank you, Kim. And we will see you all soon. Take good care, and thank you very much for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.